Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TCG Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the newest hero that was revealed, Dash Database, talk about some of her abilities, and some key cards I think are going to be really fun to play in her, as well as just talk about maybe some of the cards we might see in the upcoming Bright Light set. So if you like this type of content, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to check out my other content. I do Flesh and Blood content as well as Alpha Clash. If you're a long-standing supporter, thank you all so much as always. I really appreciate it. Feel free to check out the Discord and the Patreon down below. Get access to a great community, over 400 members doing really well. And yeah, we'll get right into it. So Dash Database was revealed this week by Max. She did an amazing job on her video. Definitely go check it out. Pour the Mold is her new YouTube channel. Definitely go look at her stuff. I'll link it down in the description below. Amazing creator, cosplayer, just person in the scene. And yeah, so Dash Database is a young hero, 4 intellect, 18 life, that says you may look at the top card of your deck at any time. Once per turn, you may play a Mechanologist item with cost 0 or 1 from the top of your deck as though it were an instant. It costs 1 additional to play. So if you have an item on top of your deck, this essentially, if you want to play it, can be a 5 intellect hero because you're able to play it from the top of your deck. Being able to look at the top card of your deck at any time, and it's not an action, it's not an instant, is really, really cool. Just a really fun, kind of newish, it is new, not newish, excuse me, new mechanic that is in the game. And you can do it on your turn and your opponent's turn, right? It's not limited to your turn. So looking at it all the time won't really do a whole lot, right? But it's kind of a fun thing. And opting in the card games in general has been super powerful. Magic's had several cards that allowed you to look at the top card of your deck and draw a card, and those cards come few and far in between, and they're very, very looked at very heavily sometimes in certain metas. So having a hero that does this innately on face, there's the opportunity, if she has the right kit, to be a very, very strong hero. Now, I do hope they make an adult version of this hero. I think they will. That I could be wrong, but I think they will. We'll have to see. But I hope they do, because it'd be fun to see us in a CC environment. But as we look at some of the items right now, my brain is not working today. Some of the items right now that are 0 and 1 cost, we're obviously going to get more in the Bright Light set. But these are just the ones that are available to us right now. The obvious application to this hero is the Hyperdriver to Nitro Mechanoid archetype, right? So Nitro Mechanoid came out in Dynasty, super powerful card, really polarizing card, right? It's a majestic action, but it's also a construct, so it's almost like something that stays on the board until it's taken off through its own means or through something else. But basically, you play this for 4 resources. So what you had to do, if for anyone that's not aware, you had to get 3 of these Hyperdrivers on the field. And then once you had 3 on the field, you were able to play Construct Nitro Mechanoid, and it would transform your head, chest, arms, weapon, and all 3 Hyperdrivers into this card, which was the actual Nitro Mechanoid, which is action, banish a card from under Nitro Mechanoid, attack. Has overpower, which is it basically means you only can defend with 1 action card from hand. It's similar to Dominate, not quite, like a slightly nerfed Dominate effect. And it has Temper. It says when the combat chain closes, if it's defended, put a -1 counter on it. Then if it has 0, destroy it. So you have to banish a card from under it in order to attack with it. And since you put head, chest, arms, legs, and weapon, that's 5 right there, and 3 Hyperdrivers, so that's 8 total cards underneath it. You put it into Nitro Mechanoid, so they go underneath them. So you basically get an attack for 8 times 5. I'm really bad at math. 40 damage, if I'm doing that correctly. I've actually never played this card. I think it's 40 damage. And you're able to defend with it, unless they don't have a shred or something to get rid of it. You basically can defend with 5, then 4, then 3, then 2 before it dies. So I'm again math in public, 14 defense on this card and 40 attack. Super powerful card, super powerful ability. And if you were just playing your normal game plan out, if you get this out, you still can play out your other cards, right? You still could do 0-60 boost, T-Bone boost, Nitro Mechanoid for 5, right? It's super powerful. The issue with this archetype was that Hyperdrivers sometimes were a little slow to get out because it doesn't have go again. It costs 1 to play. You basically had to hope you drew into these, and they do come in rainbow, right? But they don't block, and the blue is a little bit crappy because the red is nice because it says it comes in with 3 steam counters on it, and once per turn you can boost a card, remove a steam counter from Hyperdriver, and gain a resource. So the reds at least allowed you to like gain a resource once or twice while you're looking for the other ones, but the yellow and the blues aren't as useful. So it's a little bit slow, but if you can play this at instant speed, that means you don't use up your action point for that turn, and you're also able to find it faster because it's on top of your deck. So it might end up making this archetype a little bit more consistent and a little bit more fun to play. So I'm super excited to see what happens with that. That's the obvious application. It's gonna be fun to see like what other items she gets because she's going to, like, it's a mechanologist set. Items are gonna be rampant. But I think all of these are really neat. Well, the ones I really like, I like Convection Amplifier. Convection Amplifier enters the arena with 2 steam counters on it. Whenever it has no steam counters on it, destroy it. Action, remove a steam counter from Convection Amplifier. The next attack action card you play this turn gains Dominate. So it's on demand Dominate twice. Normally for 0 resources. If you play it off top of your deck, it'll be for 1 resource. I like this card. I think this card can be really cool. There's a good amount of cards in Dash's kit that could work with a Dominate ability. First off, you have cards like BIOS Update, which isn't on here right now, but BIOS Update gives +3. Like if we just go really fast, because I'm a professional YouTuber here, and we always have things ready to go. BIOS Update, the next attack action card you boost this turn gains +3. The next time a mechanologist item will cost 2 or less is banished, play to pay a boost card this turn, put into the arena. So one, this has good synergy even more with the new Dash, because if you already looked top of your card of your deck, maybe you played the Convection Amplifier at instant speed, then you play BIOS Update into an attack, and you can't look or you can't like prevent whatever's on top. You still could get it to come into play anyway. So it's really good with that. Also being able to play cards like Rotary Ram, which just gives any mechanologist attack action card +3 if you've boosted this turn, it goes back to the bottom of your deck. Has really good synergy with those cards. And then just any decent tall attack, right? Like being able to play Scramble Pulse for 8 off of either one of those. Being able to play Throttle for 9 Dominate off any one of those. Like, so the play pattern would be bring in Convection Amplifier for 1 resource, pitching, a blue. You still have 3 cards in hand. One of them is a BIOS Update or Rotary Ram, and then one of them is one of these tall attacks, and then playing it for like 9 Dominate, right? 8 Dominate. Super cool, powerful ability. I also think Convection Amplifier will have some play into other like Evo-based strategies, maybe not with this Dash, but I do think this is a really cool card. I think it's one that will be pretty useful, and I could see someone running. The next one, as we get rid of this one, is Teklo-Core. Obviously gets even stronger. Now you don't have to like either A, play it out at the end of a turn, or B, spark a genius and like waste your spark play this. You'll just be able to play at instant speed for 1 resource and then have it for your next turn. This card's already great, but it's going to be even better with that ability. And one of the better sideboard cards I'm super excited about is actually Signal Jammer. Being able to play this for 1 resource at instant speed, it says it enters the arena with a steam counter on it. At the beginning of your action phase, destroy Signal Jammer unless you remove your steam counter, so it'll go into their next turn. And it says each hero, it actually will last 2 turns because it will last the upcoming turn, and then you'll remove a steam counter, then it'll last the next turn. Yeah, so it'll last 2 turns. It says each hero can't play more than 1 non-attack action card each turn. It's to be sideboard, but be really good against Rune Blades, obviously, because Rune Blades are always going to care about non-attack actions. Good into Azalea. Basically, any deck that wants to do that, it's going to be really nice into. And I think this, as time goes on, this will be a really cool sideboard card. But overall, there's a lot of different items here. Another good one that some people were talking about is Absorption Dome, right? Being able to play this at instant speed and be able to prevent some damage. There's a bunch of different ones in here that could do really cool stuff. But overall, I think those are the big ones. The biggest thing is the Nitro Mechanoid Hyperdriver archetype. I think that becomes a lot more playable, but I want to see this hero in CC. I want to see how she does in a CC environment, but she'll be fun to play in Blitz regardless. I'm going to be messing with her a little bit day 1 just for fun. But yeah, the op mechanic is super powerful. It allows you to have a lot of flexibility in your deck, potentially be a 5 intellect hero if you're consistently getting hits. Just overall really, really cool. So let me know your thoughts are about it. The artwork is also really sick. Again, go check out Max's content down below. Really, really cool video, really fun reveal. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time on TC Talk. Thank y'all so much. Have a great day.